Literally my most embarrassing dating app story. So once upon a time, I was on a dating app and I was scrolling to his friend, and I came across this guy and I was like, whoa, he's fine. I was like, yeah, he can't be real. He's attractive. So I was like reading his bio and I was like trying to figure out if he was real or not. If I was on freaking Iris, he would have had to, verify his picture.
Link in my bio.
Their AI programming literally would have filtered in all of his features, and they would have brought up more people that look similar to him so that I can keep, getting into it. So I went over to his house, and y'all, I will say he is a TikToker. I'm not gonna spill the tea. He's a TikToker. Went over to his house. We get into it. Y'all, I get into my period in the middle of it, and I didn't even know. You know how embarrassed I was? He was super cool and super sweet about it, but I was so embarrassed, bro. I had to ghost him. I was like, bro.
When I was in grad school, I worked as a tutor for undergrad students where I met my boyfriend, who's 5 years younger than me. We had an amazing relationship. However, my parents are a little on the conservative side, and as soon as my mom learned about the age difference and his various tattoos, she was livid. They gave me an ultimatum. I would have to break up with my boyfriend or they would kick me out and stop paying for my education. My boyfriend told me it was okay and that my education was more important. He said we could always get back together after I had my degree, and despite hating it, I agreed with him. We broke up but kept in touch over the next year. He graduated and moved to a city a few hours away where my sister was going to school. 2 years after our breakup, my sister told me she'd been seeing someone for 7 months and sent me a picture. I could not believe my eyes. It was my ex-boyfriend. I texted him asking if it was true and I got no reply. I called my mother, who told me it wasn't a big deal and that they're letting her have her rebellious phase. I avoided my family and threw myself into work thinking this would help me forget. I found out they got engaged through our mother and later received a wedding invitation. The wedding is less than a month away and I'm clearly not over him. I tear up at the thought of watching him say I do to my younger sister. I don't know what the right answer is. Do I smile and stick it out because it's my sister? Or prioritize my mental health?
Me and my daughter used to be best friends. We did everything together and she truly was the light of my life. But things started to change on her teens. Moodiness, lashing out, lies, etc. I just thought it had to do with her age and that she would grow out of it. I really tried everything. Family therapy, long talks about how much I loved her. None of it worked. She would either roll her eyes back or spit more of her venom. My husband works really long hours and isn't much help, to be honest. My husband is white and I am black and my daughter is mixed, but she looks white and she really takes after her father. I really don't know what I did wrong, but her dislike for me began to become pure hatred. She would question all the time how someone like me could be her mother when she was white and I was black. At some point, she demanded a DNA test, and I said sure, if she paid for it, and she was not pleased with the results. She is 17 now and began dating this white boy, and she is head over heels for him. She refused to let me meet him and told me that having a jobless N-word for a mother truly ashamed her. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I don't think I've ever experienced such pain. Long story short, I couldn't take her abuse anymore and decided to go back to my family in Cuba. My daughter couldn't be bothered to even say goodbye to me. A few days ago, I received a message from my daughter asking for forgiveness. She kept spewing on about how she can't fit in and is in a really dark place and lots of other excuses. It may sound cold, but I don't want to see her face. I don't care about her apologies. I thought I had made the right decision, but my husband thinks I should really hear her out and forgive her. My family has been harassing me to go back to Miami and make peace with her. My friends have been reaching out and have even called me a shitty mom for not forgiving her and how I must have done something for her to behave like she did. My anxiety is over the roof. I'm back on my pills now and I'm starting to think, is it really all my fault? Am I the asshole for leaving my daughter?
Storytime about how I lost my V card and my dad found out. My dad is insanely strict. I couldn't wear skirts or shorts. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I couldn't have guy friends. I was never allowed to go out anywhere by myself. Instead, my dad sent my older brother with me everywhere. He hated and I hated. By the way, I was 16 when this all happened. I needed some type of freedom, so I decided to join track and field. I asked my dad for permission and he said yes. At first, I loved it. I trained every day after school and I also met new friends, guys and girls. And my brother wasn't there, so I was able to talk to all the boys. Well, there was this one boy, let's call him Jake. Jake was so cute. I knew that he liked me and he obviously knew that I liked him. He was the fastest guy in the group and he would go out of his way to help me out and give me advice. So we started talking on the phone almost every day for like 10 minutes. He knew my dad was strict. We would see each other at practice almost every day. He asked me to be his girlfriend and I said yes. It was our little secret. We decided to stay late after practice one day. We thought we were by ourselves at the gym. We started making out, and one thing led to another. Part 2 is my boyfriend and I were doing it at the school gym. We thought we were by ourselves. It happened really fast and we got dressed. Then I went home and had dinner with my parents. Everything was completely normal and fine. Until I get a text message from my friend. Her text said that someone saw Jake and I doing it in the school gym. Boy, did my stomach drop. I instantly started to panic because my brother went to the same high school. I knew if the rumor got around, my brother would eventually hear it and tell my dad. I told my friend it wasn't true. I didn't sleep that whole night. I got to school the next day and everyone was looking at me weird. And at lunchtime, I get a text message from my brother saying that he needs to talk to me. I knew I'd been caught. I didn't reply to his text and I just ignored it. I went to find Jake and I told him what happened. He told me that someone from track and field saw us doing it and started spreading the rumor. He told me we should just deny it and I agreed. My heart was pounding in my stomach the entire day. I go home and as soon as I walk in, my mom, dad, and brother are on the couch. And without saying a word, my dad grabs my phone and starts reading my text messages. Part 3 is up. My dad takes my phone and starts reading all of my messages, which confirms that I have a boyfriend and I've been talking to him every single day. My mom was crying the whole time, and my dad was just yelling at me. He took away my phone, my computer, and even took the door down from my room so that I had no privacy. Then my dad made me get in the car and he drove me to Jake's house. We knocked on the door and his mom opened the door. She tried to calm my dad down, but he wasn't listening. Then Jake comes downstairs and my dad just starts yelling at him too. But Jake tried to deny everything. His mom told him to stop lying and then he finally said yes. We did it. My dad told him to never look for me again. I never saw Jake after that, and now that it's been a few years, I'm dating a girl now, and I don't know how to tell my—
So I'm about to get my car taken away again. So basically somebody had thrown hot dogs all over my house yesterday. Here's a video of it. Literally not even a big deal. Like, it's funny. I got a good laugh out of it. And then I picked every single hot dog up. I threw it away. Got a good laugh. Thought it was funny. End of story. It was a good night. And this all happened while my dad was at work. So he was unaware that hot dogs were all over the front yard and shit. So I had left one hot dog in the grass because I had forgotten to pick it up. I get a call from my dad this morning. Oh my god. He was pissed. You disrespected my house by having a hot dog in the front yard. I want them all cleaned up. This is disgusting. It's a freaking hot dog. So I'm getting my car taken away because I had a hot dog in the front yard.